Talk for a few minutes, if you would, about health equity, because it's a very important subject right now. It's always a very important subject. And I don't think people really understand the difference or the coincidence of equity and equality.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, um, just a quick side note, I have a notebook that I'm a writer, so I write things down. So y'all, if you see me writing, just to make sure I
Sure.
like to answer questions fully and make sure I'm getting it. So yeah, health equity. I'll tell you, I stumbled into, and I'll make this a quick story. I stumbled into health equity. I used to be a business analyst, and I used to write technical requirements for data architects and front end and back end developers, literally create websites. So I would write it, and they would read it and create a website. And I love doing it because organization. But the place we were situated in, it was in what folks call Old Manchester now, but we know it as Blackwell. And it was a beautiful, and like a warehouse building. The inside of the building was gorgeous, but around it was the community needed some care around it. Over the time I was at that particular organization, I watched gentrification. I can't even say it was like revitalization or beautification. It was
Right.
gentrification. And so many people got displaced.
Yeah.
And after a while, you start to, my brain is like, well, we're part of this ecosystem. What's going on? Like, wait a minute, this looks kind of strange. Everyone who knows Richmond, a little bit of that area, there's a McDonald's at Commerce and Whole Street. It's been there forever and a day.
So
And
you are talking about East Hull Street.
yes.
Yeah.
Um, And then everything else around it was changing for the most part. I mean, there's some historic buildings you can't change, but the people who occupy those buildings, things started to change. And that McDonald's stayed the same. And I saw more and more displacement and more people experiencing homelessness at that McDonald's. And it broke my heart. And it made me start to ask questions. And you start asking questions long enough and loud enough, you start to draw attention to other people who are thinking about the same things.
Right.
Uh, and so asking those questions, I wound up doing some work with a commercial insurance company, but I said all this to get back to Medicaid. And that is where I really got rooted in understanding health equity. And so to answer your question, the difference between equity and equality is really important for people to understand. Equal is cool because we all get the same thing. Equity is better because we all get what we need.
Right.
And I know we have all seen the bicycle, right? Picture, everyone needs a bike, but I may not be able to use a traditional bike. I may need a training wheels, or we fundamentally understand equity more than I think we realize, because we put little kids, when they first learn how to ride a bike, they use training wheels.
That's right.
So we understand, we want them to be able to have the freedom of using a bike, and they need what they need to be able to do that well. So we get it.
I'm reminded of the comic where three boys are watching a baseball game across the fence.
Yep.
One of them is tall enough to see the fence.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
next one has a box so he can see over the fence.
Mhm.
And the next one is, complete equity.
Complete equity. You have exactly what you need to be able to,
It's about addressing people's needs where they live and where they are.
yes, exactly how they need it. So we both need food. We're both hungry, right? I know how to cook. I don't know if you know how to cook, but just in the instance,
I love
someone
cooking.
goes, I'm glad, because I hate cooking. I know how to do it, but I don't like to do it. Oh goodness. I like when people eat though.
Right.
So we are both hungry, and someone says, I'm going to drop off some groceries. Nothing is you can't microwave anything. You got to cook, right? We both get the same groceries, but I know how to cook and you don't. Those groceries are not helpful for you at all. Right? I mean,
Right.
granted, you may have someone in your home, but in the instances you don't. So that's equality, but it's not helpful for you. So it's not equity in this sense. And I like to make it that simple, because before we even start to add in any social identifiers, any marginalization, any minoritization, any disenfranchisement, right? Add all of those things, that all of the systems of oppression. Let's just get down to food. Let's just understand it in food. And if we can understand it in food, then we can certainly understand it elsewhere, because let's just, I mean, what rock have you all been living under? What rock have we lived under? Like, we know what's happening. This is America. So health equity is such a big deal because we want we want everyone to be as healthy as it can be, right? Which means we got to meet the needs, how they need it, where they need it. Um,
Meals on Wheels, for instance.
yes, perfect example of that. People need to eat. We bring the food to them. Per- eat. There's so many common examples of equity and even health
Yeah,
equity because food is a
right.
part of health. We don't need to make it anything ugly because it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So helping people get in health, being able to get what they need to be as healthy as they choose to be is what health equity is about. And it's about making sure they have resources and then access to those resources is what's important. And so being at Medicaid, really helping understand because there's a little bit of a stigma publicly with folks who are Medicaid recipients. And I'll tell you, my little 8-year-old Riley, she was a 26 weeker. She's born at 26
Yeah,
weeks. She's got 136 days in the NICU. And in Virginia, if you are hospitalized for more than 30 days, you automatically qualify for Medicaid. A lot of people don't know that. And
yeah,
so after 136 days, I got the call and they were wonderful and walked me through one of the most traumatic times of me and my
right.
ex-husband's life. And when we calculated the bill after 136 days of the neonatal intensive care unit, we were at like $1.2 million.
Right.
I mean, there were surgeries. And so Medicaid, and I had private insurance. I was working at the time, and my ex-husband was working for the state Department of Juvenile Justice. So we had great insurance, but
Right.
there was no way for us to be able to meet that gap. And so we got Medicaid as the secondary insurer. And so between doing Medicaid work and then having Medicaid, I came to understand it a little bit differently and work hard to make sure, one, let's destigmatize this. This is insurance. This is insurance. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's good for people to be able to have what they need. And if Medicaid helps them have that, then who are we to be weird about it?
Yeah, I don't understand the people that think that everything is a pie. And if somebody else takes a slice, that means they get less.
The myth of
Because
the power
really what it's supposed to be is where everyone is taken care of.
pie.
And there isn't any jockeying or competition for either people out looking for patients or jockeying for the cost involved. I want to find a lower cost doctor. That shouldn't even be a thing.
Shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing for a number of reasons that we won't get into today because we will be here forever talking. That is
We would be here forever.
yes, yes. But you're correct. You're absolutely correct, Mark.